everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. So today we're going to talk about, how we've dealt with aggression in public. I worked in retail for 13 years. And I have dealt with some customers who was just, they was out there in left field, man. I'm just being real. They was loony being certified, in my opinion. But I remember this one time, this guy, right? Y'all know, I sold TVs for a number of years, and sometimes at the place where I worked, they would sell the display of the TV. And so when they sold the display, sometimes the display would have a remote, and sometimes it wouldn't, because the remotes would get lost, in transition, or people would take the remotes. And so he was like, he wanted to buy the display, and he's like, "Well, do you have the remote?" And I'm like, "Well, I gotta go get it. It's locked up in the back." And this guy, he's like, "Okay, well, go get the remote." I'm like, "Okay, fine." I go to get the remote. Only problem is I dug through all the remotes they had, and that remote for that TV was not there. Okay, y'all, it was not there. So I come back to him and I'm like, "Sir, I don't see the remote. Okay, it's not there." He was like, "What do you mean?" I mean, he just got loud, and like he really got loud. And I was like, "Hey man, it's not there." He was like, "Well, go back and look again. You just might have missed it." So I go back to look again. Only difference is this time the guy follows me. He followed me, and the area I went in, the customers are not allowed in that area. So I'm in the area, but I didn't know that he had followed me. So I'm digging through the stuff, and all of a sudden I just felt something kind of brush my shoulder like that. And I look back, and this dude is like, he's almost on my back. He's looking over my shoulder in the drawers. "Well, did you open that bottom drawer? Excuse me, let me." I was like, sir, hey, whoa.
You're not supposed to be back here.
Right. That just made him get loud again. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "But you're taking forever, dude. Okay, I need to go. I have things." I was like, "Man, the remote is not here." He was like, "You need to look in all the drawers." I'm like, so, by that point, he's talking so loud that my other coworkers heard him, you know what I'm saying? And 2 or 3 of them came and was like, "Whoa, what's going on in here? Sir, we need you to step out of the area." He was like, "I'm not leaving until I get a remote." So they actually, they called the manager, and actually, 2 coworkers and a manager had to rush the guy out the room. He would not leave.
He really wanted that remote, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he wanted it bad. So
Dang.
they wound up telling him, like, "Sir, hey, if it's no remote, it's no remote. These TVs, when their displays are sold as is." He was like, "Well, what does that mean?" They was like, "Bro, did you get your brain out of cereal box? You don't understand as is?"
Right.
And so he was hot, man, and he was like, "Well, I'm not going to take the TV like that with no remote. I can't operate it without a remote." And the manager is like, "Well, listen, I'm the manager, and we'll discount the TV because it doesn't have a remote." He was like, "Half price?" It was a little 32-inch TV, man, maybe $150. He was like, "Half price?" The manager's like, "I can go as low as 20%. The guy was like, "That's not a deal. How am I gonna get a remote?" And the manager told him, he was like,
Universal remotes, right?
"Right," which we sold a universal remote in the store, but that remote by itself was $100.
Oh.
And so he was like, "I don't want that crap." He was saying all kind of stuff. And they was like, "Sir, you can either contact the manufacturer and have them send you a remote. The dollar store has universal remotes. You can find a remote." He was like, "You know what? I'm not leaving with the TV." And he stormed out the store. I'm like, "Man, for all of that, you should have just took the TV."
Right.
You. But people, y'all listen, man. When you deal with somebody who is working in a retail setting, or they working in some kind of store, just have some patience. And I know most times that some people, they wear their emotions and stuff on their sleeve when they come to work. You could tell they don't want to be there. Just have some patience anyway. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I remember this time when I was working retail, man. I was working in the automotive department. So this guy came in for an oil change and a tire rotation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote him a ticket for, you know, all change tire rotation. So once they finished with his car or whatever, he was I saw him looking under the car and like checking the tires and stuff. So he came back and said that we didn't change his oil filter. And he said it didn't look like the tires were rotated as well. So he went inside. I'm like, we changed your oil, gave you when you get an oil change, you get a new oil filter. And we rotated your tires. So he went inside complaining to the manager saying, they didn't give me a new oil filter. My tires don't even look like they were rotated. So the manager came out, looked at it. He was like, yeah, they gave you a new oil filter and they rotated your tires. I actually saw them do it because I was outside working on the car myself. So he was yelling, saying, no, they didn't. They didn't rotate them the way I wanted them. And I want to speak to a manager over you. So the other manager came out and looked at it. He was telling the other manager what was going on. And so eventually, you know, it was like, sir, we'll give you a gift card. And your next oil change is free. So, I mean, he was still yelling and fussing, and
that would have shut me up. A gift card and my next oil change free? I'm good, cuz. Sure.
I mean, he took it, but, you know, he was just being a real
mean, nasty person.
Yeah, he was nice words. That's what he's being real mean and nasty for no reason. But how can you tell somebody they didn't rotate your tires? Like,
unless you was in there when they were doing everything.
Right.
Like, it's just like I say, man, people are loony being certified out here, man. It makes no sense to act like that. You know what I'm saying? Have some human decency, man. A little bit of patience goes a long way.
Plus, I already didn't want to be there that day, and that just really made me
not want to be there even more.
I mean, I came close to getting fired. Like, I almost said something, because you know when you at work and you don't really want to be there, and somebody just come in there, being nasty and saying stuff to you, and it's like, you know what, you had that thought in your mind, like, you know what, this gonna be the day. Today is the day.
Yeah, every time I get in a mood like that, dealing with crazy stuff at work, I always think about, like the Bible say, you know, do your work unto God, as you know, do your work as if you're working for God, not for people.
Yeah.
I think about that and I be like, Lord, you sure when you put that in there? Cause
right.
I'm like, man, some people make you want to just go postal on them. You know what I'm saying? With no mercy, but you gotta show them mercy if you gonna, you know, show them the love of God at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll be wanting to lay hands, and not the good kind either.
Just lay hands on them.
Man, I remember this one time. Like I say, people don't have patience, man, and when you disabled, you wind up, you know, in most cases, you wind up naturally having a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember this guy was at the customer service desk, and the store was, you know, shorthanded with workers, and there was a department, I think it was called Click and Pull, Fax and Pull, something like that, where, you know, somebody could order stuff online, and the stuff, you know, somebody would get your list off the computer. They would go pull your stuff, put it on a flat cart, and bring it to you when you come to the store. Mm-hmm. Well, if we shorthanded, sometimes you might have one person going through the whole store pulling stuff for a lot of different people. Then they gotta stack it up on a flat cart and put it in like the freezer or the cooler area, which is in the very back of the, you know, almost like the middle toward the back of the store. So I remember I heard this call come over the two-way, and I had did everything in my area, so I'm like, well, you know, I like to stay busy to make the time pass. And so they was calling on the two-way 2 or 3 times. Hey, I need somebody to go get this order out the freezer and things like that. But in order to get the order out the freezer, you had to get like a piece of paperwork with the name and stuff on it. So I went to the desk. I'm like, what name is on the cart or whatever. By this point, the customer is furious because he been waiting 45 minutes. And he turns around. He's like, man, y'all don't have nobody working in this place, big as this place is. Nobody's working in this place. And the lady at the desk was like, well, sir, just calm down. He's going to go get your stuff. The guy looked at me and was like, y'all call this guy up here, man. Is this some kind of camera show? I mean, what's he going to do?
Oh.
And I was just like, all right, well. I mean, I was like, sir, I'm going to go get your stuff. He was like, man, y'all wrong for this. Y'all going to put all this work on this man, knowing he can't do it. And I'm like, well, if I couldn't do the job, sir, he wouldn't have hired me. He was like, well, all right, go get my stuff then. Like that, you know.
Oh.
I went and got his stuff in like less than 5 minutes. And when I brought it back to him, he actually, you know, he said, I'm going to apologize to you. Now, the rest of these people, I don't have no apologies for. And he looked at me and said, you know what? You shouldn't have had to go do that. I bet you they got somebody else sitting around on their butts not doing their job. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's throwing out the store, man. I'm talking about like, he just looked like he was just having the worst day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, all you got to do is just breathe a little bit, you know. But I understand when you press for time, sometimes it's not that easy to just be cool, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but when he looked at me and was like, what he gonna do? I'm like, man, what? Okay.
I mean, sometimes looks can be deceiving. You can look at somebody just because they got a disability and be like, oh, they can't do it.
Man, that sounds like a quick way to get you beat up is what it is.
Without even giving them an opportunity to prove they can do it, you know. But I mean, as far as patience, man,
you got to have it.
I done dealt with so many customers when I was working retail that had short patience that really had me.
As you want, just like I need to take an hour break right quick and just sit outside in my vehicle and just
made me want to get in my vehicle and just, you know, just leave. Don't even come back for the rest of it.
Did you clock out?
I wouldn't even worry about clocking out. They'll get it eventually. But I mean, once again, I was dealing with a customer that was had short patience, but he came in wanting like 50 million things.
Yeah.
When I was working in automotive, once again, man, he wanted an oil change. He wanted new tires. He wanted his tires rotated crisscross.
Oh man.
He wanted an air filter. I mean, what else? I think he wanted his headlights to be restored as well. So I'm like, sir, this is gonna take about like 2 hours. I mean, you can drop it off, or you can wait. It's up to you. It's like, it's fine. I'll wait. I got time. So I'm like, okay, you sure? Because I mean, we got other cars ahead of you. He's like, yeah, I'll wait. I'm like, all right. So an hour goes by. They only finished doing his all, right? After an hour. So he came outside, he's like, all I've done is my all? I'm like, sir, you had other cars ahead of you. I told you it's going to be a while. I mean, once they finish the all, everything should be pretty quick after that. So he went back inside. I think 30 minutes later, they finished his all. So they moved to the next line to do the tires. He came back outside. They're just now doing my tires? Like, what is the holdup?
You say you had time.
I'm like, I wanted to say that to him so bad, but you know.
I know you can't.
You can't say it. I'm like, sir, they're getting ready to do your tires now. Once they put the new tires on, they're going to rotate them the way that you want it. So that took them another 30 minutes. So that was like, I think he finished in maybe about 2.5 hours they were done with his car.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, man, this is ridiculous. It took y'all 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours to finish my vehicle. I'm like, sir, we had other vehicles in front of you. I told you it was going to be a wait. Well, you know how they don't want to hear that. This is ridiculous. This, you know, yada, yada, yada.
People got this fast food mentality when it comes to being out in public. Like, you know, fast foods, you order at this window, pick it up at the next window. You know what I'm saying? They got a microwave mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come in, throw everything at you at one time, push the button, and it's gonna be done in a jiffy. And it's like,
That's not how it works.
it's not. You know what I'm saying? You're not heating up food.
Right.
You know, and that's why I say, man, patience. It's a big thing, man. Just like the Bible say, patience is a virtue. It is, because when you get impatient, number one, like, you make stuff bad for yourself. You make yourself look bad. You make companies not want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's not worth that. You know, it's just not.
That's true.
You know, and number two, like, you don't want to be branded as the customer that's always impatient, always rude, because then people see you come in the door and everybody wants to stay away from you. They want to stay out your eyesight. They want to avoid you. You know what I'm saying?
Or they want to give you a hard time on purpose.
Yeah.
Just to push your button.
That too. Bring you something that's supposed to be in 5 minutes, they take 25 minutes just because.
Yeah, just because they know you're going to be mad. So, you know what? There go the angry guy again. Let's go ahead and make him mad. Hopefully he won't come back no more.
And they willing to take that loss for that one person.
You
know, and it's just crazy, man. People get overly aggressive about stuff for no reason. The funniest thing to me is when it'd be like a Sunday. And people be fully dressed up like they just came from church and everything. And because they gotta wait to get their pizza 5 minutes. Or because they had a question about a TV and I wasn't, able to run to their aid right quick for 2 minutes. Now it's, middle fingers thrown up in the air. I hate coming to this store. Blankety blank, this, that, and the third. It's like, but you just came from the house of God. The pastor was teaching you that today in church. You
got about God just that fast.
Dropping a lot of F-bombs, man, and your kids sitting right there looking.
It's like, God, you know what? Give me a minute right quick. I'll be right back.
Man, talking about extending grace, boy. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. You got to have patience when you're dealing with people. And I get that some people are not, they're not a people person. I get it. But you don't have no choice.
Yeah.
You cussing me out is not going to make me work any faster. I got to go through policies. I remember one time, and with me, everything always leads back to electronics because I worked in that for so long. It's like, man, this guy, right, wanted a discount on one of the demo TVs, and I told him, I said, well, the most they probably gonna give you off is 20%. He say, man, this TV look like it's damaged. I mean, I can't even plug it up to get a picture on it. And this was a big TV. It was like 55 inches.
Okay.
I can't even plug it up to get a picture on it. And you telling me all they gonna give me is 20%, but you ain't the manager. Yeah, get your manager. I'm like, what, we in a rap video? Cause you done went like all the way from here to there. Man, so I called the manager on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I got a customer over here. They wanted to know about one of these markdown TVs. The manager told me, he was like, what they want to know about it? You the tech person? I said, nah, they want to know, would y'all knock something off the TV? The remote is missing. The guy said he want to see a picture on it, but we don't have no way to hook it up because of where it's located at. The manager said, hey, tell him 20%. I said, yeah, I told him that because that's what y'all always tell me. So I told him that. And they was like, he still don't want it. I was like, he said he wants to take more off of it. The manager was like, well, tell him, hey, take it or leave it. It's 20%. I said, okay. Hung up the phone, told the dude, like, hey, the manager said, all they can do is 20%. Dude was like, man, hey, no, that manager don't want to come out the office. He don't want to get off his butt. Call him back and tell him I said, get over here now. I was like, I mean, I ain't going to do that. He's like, man, where the manager's office at? I was like, man, I'll call him back. So I called him back, and this time when I was on the phone with him, the dude was in the background. I know y'all hear me. I know y'all hear me. Hey, come out the office and talk to me. Don't just be in no phone call on. The manager was like, oh, I ain't for this today, man. And the manager came out the office, and she was like, sir, what's wrong with the TV? He was like, man, it's chipped on the back corner right there. Like, he was really aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's chipped on the back corner. I don't know if it's a dust streak or a scratch on the TV screen. And the manager was like, well, hey, in all honesty, you could have scratched the screen. Dude was like, man, why would I damage property and I'm trying to buy a TV? She said, because you want us to take more off of it. All we can do is 20%. And dude was like, man, y'all supposed to be the best place for sales and stuff like that. 20% ain't nothing. I was like, man. The manager was like, sir, all I can do is 20%, take it or leave it. And again, see, that's why I don't shop and this blah, 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 all these words. I'm like, but you in here every other week, dude. You know?
What sense does that make?
You in here every other week. I said, y'all gonna lose me as a customer. No, we're not. You know what I'm saying? It's no helping some people no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. Y'all just calm down, man.
Man, sometimes you gotta take the good with the bad. I mean, but sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? Even though you're in the moment and this person yelling at you, sometimes you gotta be like, you know what? I ain't gonna let this person get to me.
Start yelling at them back.
Sometimes it takes for you to just step away, just walk away, don't even say nothing, just to keep your cool. Cause some people push your buttons that, you know, make you want to be like, you know, forget it. I'll get fired today.
And I had a situation where I had clocked out. I was off the clock. And I'm walking past the member service desk, which is not right by the area I worked in, but it's like across from it. So I'm walking past the service desk, and I did not know there was a man who was hollering at me for me to come help him. But I couldn't hear him. For one, the PA system was going off in the building. You got a lot of customers in there. They on their phones. They talking to each other. It's a lot of baskets running around. It's a lot of noise. So I ain't hear nothing. I come back to work the next day, and my coworker tells me that she almost lost her job behind me. I'm like, what you talking about? I ain't done nothing. And she said there was a customer who saw me right pass by the member service desk, and I was headed out the door, and the guy saw me and was like, he was, they say he was trying to flag me down. He was hollering, hey, come here, you come here, And he said, that little handicapped boy ignored me. I know he heard me calling him. And my coworker was like, well, first of all, sir, we don't have no children working here, so he's not a boy. Everybody that works here is grown. I said, The man responds, yeah, but okay, but that boy heard me call. I know that boy heard me calling him. My coworker again says, there are no kids working here. If you're gonna address him, that man, his name is Chris. The dude responds and says, okay, but still, I know the handicapped boy saw me waving my hands. I know he heard me calling him. And my coworker said by this point she was like, she came from around the member service desk and was like, call him a boy one more time. And the dude, so some of my other coworkers grabbed her hand and pulled her back behind the desk. And the guy was like, I'm not trying to offend nobody, but the handicapped man, he acted like he didn't hear me. And by that time, my other coworker was like, sir, he was getting off from work. He probably had already clocked out because our clock is upstairs. More than likely, he just didn't hear you. It's a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, well, is he deaf and handicapped, or is he just handicapped? Wow. And they was like, oh, sir, please leave. You know what I'm saying? Just people, and I don't know what the deal was. I never dealt with that man again. I don't know what happened. Must have left, never came back. I don't know. But I never dealt with him again.
I feel like customers like that, it's good they don't come back. It's good to lose people like that.
That's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
Yeah, that don't make no sense. It was uncalled for, to be honest with you.
Right, especially after you've been corrected 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
you were just keeping that up because you wanted to. That's all that was.
Yeah, why you gotta say the handicapped boy?
And then it's they kept telling, ain't no kids here, sir. He's a grown man.
Yeah,
but the handicapped boy, you're not that stupid or slow, sir. You.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, I feel like it might have been a good thing you didn't. You didn't hear him, cause I mean, if he would have, like, if you would have been like eventually stopped and turned around and went back up there to him, he probably would have been saying something crazy to you.
Maybe.
If he calling you,
Yeah.
you know, what he calls you to your coworker, but I mean, that's crazy, man.
Sometimes I think God allow things to happen just to test us, but also too, like, when God allows stuff to happen to you, sometimes it's to show you that there's still some parts of you He got to work on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like, in that situation, like, people words don't really get to me, but if you get in my face, it's like, okay,
It's a different story, huh?
it's oh, we about to make a different story because one of us gonna be on the news.
Oh no.
I don't like, you know, you can yell all you want to yell across the room, but don't come yelling in my face. And it don't matter if you a kid, an adult. Don't get in my face. Don't do that. You know. And I know people say, well, they in your face, they didn't never swing their hands or nothing. It's like, if you in my face, I don't know what you gonna do. I got to beat you to the punch. I'm already working with limited, resources, so it's what it is. But
Yeah.
you know, it's when you go out in public, man, you never know what you're gonna face when you leave the house.
Nah, you don't. I mean, sometimes you gotta. I say, stay prayed up.
Oh yeah.
Stay prayed up before you leave, cause sometimes you will be tested.
Most definitely.
You will be tested, and how your day goes. I guess it's according to how you respond to being tested.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's why you can't let your mind dwell on stuff too long.
Yeah.
You know, when it happened, when it's over with, hey, okay, it's over with. Let that stuff go, man. Don't hold on to it.
And some people just wake up mad.
Yeah, they do.
Kind of remind me of Cat Williams. Like, you banging on bacon? How you mad at breakfast?
Yeah. And people be like that.
How you mad at breakfast, man?
And I feel like if you don't have no mental, physical challenges against you and stuff like that, you ought to wake up good. You know what I'm saying? Happy. Just.
I mean, I don't feel like whatever. I mean, it don't matter what you facing, a disability or whatever. I mean, that don't mean you unhappy.
Because I'm saying, like, because we could wake up, sad or angry. Feel like, you know what I'm saying? But it's pointless.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that's able-bodied, you don't have no problems, everything, you got the life that a disabled person probably would want to switch and take from you. What you waking up angry for? No appreciation for life, man.
Yeah, I mean, that could be it, but I mean, life is what you make it, so.
I guess they already decided they're going to make, their purpose on earth is to make somebody else's life bad. And it is what it is, though.
Yeah, so y'all drop a comment and let us know what you think,
Have y'all ever, dealt with some just overly aggressive people in public for no reason?
Yeah, and how did you handle it?
Right.
And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Don't forget to catch us also on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. And we'll be back next week with another video.
Oh, we got an email.
It's realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com.
And stay tuned. Peace.
We out.